hobby family? It is your boy K-Dub. This is K-Dub's High Five, 5 rapid fire questions with your favorite hobby faces. And today we bring in a new YouTube favorite of mine. He's a sports card content creator. He's a collector. He's a breaker. He's also a Green Bay Packers fan, but we won't hold that against him. This is my good friend, Andy, Acme Pax, at Acme Pax on Twitter and YouTube. How you doing today, man?
Hey man, I'm doing great. I'm just excited to be here and, share a little bit more about the channel and myself.
Absolutely, man. Well, I appreciate you doing it. I don't know if you've seen how it works. I got 5 questions, all hobby related. They come at you one right after another. Ready to take on the high five?
I am. Let's do it.
All right, man. For those who don't know Acme Pax is a channel also at Acme Pax on social medias. Walk me through what you feel like who you are is in the hobby. When it comes to the sports card community, who are you?
So, I'm on Twitter and Instagram as well. And then, obviously YouTube is my main social media platform. I do YouTube reviews and rips of different boxes, everything ranging from soccer, basketball, and mainly football. Okay. I want to give my audience an idea of what they're spending their hard-earned dollars on. So I judge boxes not only by the cards that I pulled, like I could get the best hit ever and still call a box bad. I want people to know, like, what are the reasons that certain boxes are better than others, whether it be soccer, basketball, or football. So that's kind of the behind the scenes of that.
And how did this come about? Like, how did you think of this idea? Like, I'm going to open sports cards and review them on YouTube. Like, where do you come up with that idea?
So, it came from a lot of inspiration from other YouTubers as well. I didn't know this was a space on YouTube until I started collecting again in mid-2021 when one of my friends from grade school, high school, college got me back into it. And I started collecting mid-2021 and watching more YouTube. And it was a lot of like Pac-Man and Packer Cards 87, big Packer fans. So yes, that was an obvious one. And then I really gravitated towards like Shy City Pulls, Hitman Rips, Run Good Life. Those guys are all awesome. And one day my wife saw me watching some videos and she's like, well, you open sports cards. Why don't you try this? So I did. And that was end of 2021 and the rest is history. It's kind of, blown up since there.
And did you have like a social media kind of background? It's not easy to put yourself on camera opening packs. Like, is that just something that naturally you were kind of good at, or did you have to kind of find your groove in it a little bit?
You had to find my groove in it. I'd never done anything on social media. I hadn't posted on my personal Instagram in 7 years. But I did go to college for marketing. So that helped a lot with all of that and everything. So I did take a lot of social media classes from there. So I kind of learned the ropes from there, but all of the editing and posting videos, I learned all that on the fly watching YouTube videos on Adobe.
Isn't it incredible, man? Like, YouTube helps you do YouTube. So it's just
exactly.
All right. Well, you mentioned a couple people. You mentioned your wife. So shout out to the ladies.
Shout out to her.
The ladies in our lives. You also mentioned some YouTube channels, but when you think about sports card collecting for you, like, who do you credit as those influences, as people who kind of helped you become the collector?
Yeah, so definitely my buddy who got me into it. His name was Spencer. Is Spencer. So he, he really got me back into it, and I really credit him. And then of course the guys on YouTube, RGL, Shy City, Hitman, PC87, just all making great content that you can us as consumers we can enjoy. I not only make content, I like to enjoy it as well. So. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think, all those guys, like, I've had Packers Card 87 on here, and I told them I've had Cheddar Bob. Some of those other dudes I've reached out to, maybe if you're watching, come on the high five. We'd love to have you. But I think the biggest thing I appreciate about those channels is, like, I can't get every box of cards, right? But when they open them, or like you, when you open them and review them, like, it gives me a sense that I'm a part of that. I click that subscribe, I'm a part of that community. So it's almost like I'm with them in the box. So I think it's a really cool thing. I think, guys like you and Packers Card 87, Chi City, like all those guys that got in early, you guys are kind of the OGs, man. You kind of paved the way for a lot of these new channels that are kind of getting bigger as the time wears on.
I love seeing new channels too. It's awesome seeing them popping up, and I always try to help them in every way that I can.
For sure,
So
man. For sure. Well, it's
mhm.
appreciated. It's appreciated. All those channels he mentioned, I don't know if I'll tag them all, but they're all great channels on YouTube. So if you are a sub of either of us, pop into those guys. Check out they're doing as well. All right. Well, let's get to the collecting, my friend. We all
All
have
right.
we all have the Grail card out there now. I love that you have kind of a little diverse PC. Like you
Mhm.
do football, you do soccer, and you also do Pokemon. But when you
Mhm.
think about the card, the Grail card for you, what card is it and why?
You know, I actually pulled Borderline, my favorite card,
Okay.
and it was out of 2020 Elite last year. I pulled a triple autograph of the Magic Man, so Mikowski, Aaron
Okay.
Rodgers, and Brett Favre. So that was like a borderline
Yeah.
Grail card for me. Got that graded by SGC, came back at 9.5. I love it. I'm never letting it go.
And you
But as
pulled it
far
and you pulled it yourself?
I did. I pulled it myself. So
Oh
it was
my God.
amazing.
You are
But
like
as far as like a
that's the
grail,
that's
yeah,
the hobby dream right there. You
exactly.
realize like you experienced the hobby dream, man. So
Yeah,
kudos to
yeah,
you.
that is like the high of the hobby when you pull an absolute grail card. As far as like a memorabilia piece or something though, I really want to get a full-size Packers helmet of Bart Starr, Aaron Rodgers, and Brett Favre. That's
Oh,
like my grail.
yeah, and Bart Starr, he's not easy to get when it comes to autos, right?
No, because he did pass away a few years ago,
Yeah.
so he can't sign anymore. But they are out there.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the last time I saw one was when I was fresh out of college, and I didn't have $2,000 to spend on a helmet.
Imagine what it is now, though, right?
Yep, I
You
know
know,
exactly.
you know, I always look back and I'm like, dang, the prices that I could have paid back then, and then what I'm paying now, it's just crazy. So,
Yeah.
but all right, I mean, I'm not going to show a ton of love to the triple auto because it is Packers,
Hmm.
but I got to say, if you're going to go
I
with
get
that,
it.
it's good to have a Vikings legend in there as well with Brett Favre. So I appreciate
Uh-huh. Yeah. Hey, he got to that conference championship.
Oh, all right, man. Well, you review, you rip a lot of products. You also break products on YouTube. When it
Hmm.
comes to the product of all products, what product would you grab off the shelf? All no, all money aside, you can rip any box you want. What would it be and why?
So this year, specifically this year, I think Prism was really, really good. It came in
Yeah.
at a lower price than I thought it was going to, and
Mm,
all the case hits and everything. I thought that was the best premium product. Going back like 10 years,
yeah.
product of the product for me would have been 2005 SP Authentic because that's Aaron Rodgers' rookie year.
Oh, yeah.
But
It
and
is.
I love SP Authentic. I think that's one of the cleanest cards ever, and I wish Upper Deck still had football licensing.
Oh man, I say it at least once a month on Twitter. Like we want Upper Deck back. Like you cannot
Hmm.
ask for more quality cards than what Upper Deck made, especially with football patch autos. I mean, SP was in a league of its own for
It
sure.
was. It was the S tier of products back then.
Yeah. So do you have an Aaron Rodgers SP at all?
I do not.
Okay,
I do
okay.
not. I'm gonna have to find one eventually.
Are you going to the National?
I am. I am. I'll be there Saturday.
Well, best of luck to you, man. I hope it's out there. If you're tuning in, actually, this will probably go out post national, but hopefully you'll post it, and then we'll get to celebrate on the high five when it launches. You got your Grail that you mentioned on.
Yeah, I'll be looking for one of those for sure.
Awesome, man. Well, I hope you have a great time at the National. If you're going to the National, you're watching this video, chime in. Let me know if you found your Grail card. If you found a card that will be in your collection forever. So, all right, man. Last question. We are cruising here. I know that you do breaks, but maybe we can talk
Mhm.
about breaking and the hobby as well. But as kind of the hobby moves forward into 2023 and then to 2024, where some big changes are happening hobby wise. Kind of what's your outlook on that as a collector, as a
Mhm.
breaker, as a content creator? Kind of like what's going on in your head when it comes to the next years of the hobby?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be not necessarily a challenge. I mean, the challenge is going to be, pivoting with the hobby and everything
Mm,
and changing with the times. So the hobby is going to change. I mean, Fanatics is coming in. It's very possible that, you know, we might not have our favorite Prism Select optic anymore. Those are all Panini products. So
yeah,
we're going to be seeing a lot of change coming in. Fanatics seems to be all in on breaking
mm,
with their launch of Fanatics Live.
yeah,
I've already watched a few people do some breaks on there. They look awesome.
mm,
Um, I know breaking's gotten kind of a bad rap from some people in the last few years. They're saying like people are saying breakers are kind of ruining the hobby. They're buying up all the products so normal collectors can't get it. It's driving up the prices. I don't necessarily see it that way. I think of breaking as entertainment. It's a way to enjoy the sports card market through it more of an entertainment form. I mean, you might get something, you might not. But you should really think of breaking as entertainment. And I think it really is here to stay. It's in a good place in the hobby, in my opinion. And it really helps build a community. It helps build like my YouTube channel. It's the people who join my breaks, who tune in for the live streams. It's an amazing community. Everyone's congratulating each other on these big hits, and no one seems down when they, don't hit anything. It's just the nature of the game. So absolutely love it, and would love to see how I'm really excited to see how the hobby evolves over the next few years.
Well, I think a lot of that, yes, fanatics coming in, but it's the community that you build as the breaker. Right?
Agreed. Yeah.
So if the breaks are just about, who gets the best card or who's making the most money, or that's when I think the community is lost, because then it becomes about the investment side of the hobby.
Yep.
But when you can build that community where you have people getting, not only excited about the break, but excited when other people, win in the break.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of the hobby. And a lot of that is credited to the breaker. When you are driving that enthusiasm and excitement. It doesn't mean you have to be over the top wearing half shirts, but it just means,
of course,
just means that you have to be excited so that the people being a part of it will get excited as well. So
yeah, I completely agree with that. It's all about the community you build. I mean, if you want to get into breaking, find breakers you trust, ones that, put on a good show, want to, be there for the community and everything, and help build a more positive place.
Absolutely. Well, if you are looking for a breaker, I recommend Acme Pax. Check him out. He's got a great channel on YouTube, great community. So check it out. All right. I got a bonus question, man.
All right, let's hear it.
We are rivals, my friend.
Yep.
Vikings, Packers, but I want to hear from your side on this. When it comes to this football season, what's your outlook on the Packers?
I'm hopefully optimistic.
Okay.
Hopefully optimistic on that. I'm predicting like right below 500, like somewhere around like, 8-9, 7-10. If they could squeak over that 500 mark, I would be ecstatic. That's a fantastic season, in my opinion. There's a lot of change going in, and there's a good up and coming team in the Bears. There's already established teams with the Vikings and the Lions, who have both had very good seasons. So it's going to be a fun one. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I think the NFC North is going to be a very interesting division to watch this year. And you just can never sleep on the Packers, and I hate to say that, but they just always somehow are in the mix of things. But it'll be interesting to see without Rodgers if Love can kind of take the reins like Rodgers took the reins. So
you never know.
I'm excited to see it. I'm not rooting for it, so we'll see how it goes. So
sounds great.
All right, man. Hey, we cleared the list. Let's high five. Throw it up at the
awesome. Thank you, man.
Hey, you can follow Acme Pax on YouTube, as well as, he said, Instagram and Twitter. I will make sure to put his ads and information in the description of this video. Also, please make sure to like and subscribe to this channel, DizzyDub1. Also, if you're bored, at Mr. K-Dub on Twitter. Shout out to our high five endorsers, Rack of the Day with Eric Hecker, Buck City Breaks on Twitter. Hey, man, dude, this was awesome. I appreciate you doing this. I appreciate you taking the time to do it. And
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. Well, we'll be in touch. We'll be in touch. So
awesome. Thank you so much for having me on.
Especially when the Vikings and the Packers play, you'll be hearing from me.
Oh, God.
All right, friends. Y'all take care. We'll see you guys next time on the next High Five.